On today's episode of the Command Center podcast, man, I'm not feeling very good. We're all not feeling very good, but we got Dr. Smoot in the house, and he's got the prescription.
I need you,
Yes,
doctor.
I have the cure.
I need you.
So that's our Bears recap. And then we got an eye exam also with Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams.
Can
Who
you
looks
see
better?
it clearly?
Yeah, we'll see. And then we got the Dallas Cowboys preview. And then we got hell yeah or hell nah. It all starts right now. Welcome into the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss. And as always, we're in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. And guys, if the fans want to support us, what can they do?
Yep, right there. Right there.
Dude, every time you mess it up.
I do, because it's the opposite of what we
mirrored,
doing.
correct.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
backward.
opposite of what we doing.
It is
Whatever
backward.
you did last week, do it this week.
Yeah.
And you did it right.
And-
How you forget
Yeah.
what you did
That's
last
the theme
week?
of the day.
Yeah, but
do it right.
That is correct. But use the QR code. Help us out. I mean, that is the number one way to support this show. If
Yeah.
you're going to games, buy tickets there. I mean, shoot, we do the show. You're there on game day.
Yeah.
I'm there on game day.
Yeah.
Tana's there on game day. Come by, check us out. Let us know you bought the tickets using the QR code. And if that doesn't work for you, you can also use the link in the description. 'Cause
Yep.
some people don't like that. New technology, the phone.
Yeah, you know, the older people tend to like to get their tickets the old-fashioned
Well,
way.
you know what I do is I'm watching on my phone. So how do I scan the QR code on my phone if I'm watching on my phone? That's the thing that I run into. That's my problem.
Oh, very
You know
smart.
what I'm saying?
All right.
So,
So this really to the people that's watching it on the iPad.
yeah.
All right. All right. Out of TV.
Correct. Yes, use your phone. All right. So, guys, I'm not feeling very good. Kind of feeling sick.
Pain.
And I think we need to go to the doctor's office.
Pain.
And so today we're going to do Bears recap, and it's doctor's orders, man. We got to go in, what is it? Urgent care, ICU.
Pain.
And so we're going to start off with we're going to start off with what hurts, what ails us to. Because in order to fix it, we got to start off with the thing that's kind of giving us the most pain, the most discomfort.
Yeah.
Fred, I guess I'll start
It's
with
only
you.
right, Fred. You lead us off.
Did you get a cry?
What's
Tell
ailing
Fred
me
to-
right now?
You okay?
Gluteus maximus.
Who kicked you in your backside?
This
Belt.
dude.
Gluteus.
I was thinking something completely different. I thought you'd say, man, it was tough, watching the turnover. Or whatever.
No.
You're like, no, just your glutes are hurting.
Glutes. All right,
hurt.
listen to me. Pain. We know the new term that the youngsters use. Belt to gluteus maximus.
Why you didn't just say the word?
You know what? Politically correct. You see that? We know what that feel like. All right, listen to me. It's one thing for a team to come take something from you, but when you give it to them,
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you say, belt to glutes,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a
Somebody-
it's a
somebody
whooping.
whoop you. Yeah,
it's a
somebody
whooping.
whoop you.
Yeah.
This kind of felt like we were like, hey man,
but that hurts even more to me.
but that's what I'm saying. But it's not belt to glutes. It's
no,
something else.
no. In the Chicago Bears eyes,
But it wasn't that though.
it was leather belt.
It was more like that parent that don't beat you,
Yo,
Just look at you.
that got you. Like,
That step through your soul.
I'm disappointed a little bit.
you know what I mean? That got you.
Yeah, I kind of like that, Tana. Yeah. Because it did feel that way. It felt like, as I remember in the third quarter, I was texting with my wife. She's getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I said, I think we're going to win this game because I feel like all the momentum.
The
had kinda
momentum was
shifted
with
to
us.
The defense had been playing pretty good. And then all of a sudden, there's, missed tackle on that.
Cracks in the armor.
And then obviously the turnover late. And it just felt like we kind of gave it away.
Which play?
It kind of felt like I was walking. I just bought my dinner. I was walking to go sit down.
and you dropped it.
And I tripped, and it fell all over me. That's kind of what it felt like.
It felt like the true thing that I was saying early on my other shows. It felt like,
Oh, dude, what other show?
my post game shows
And,
my other
and Get
show.
Loud, right?
Yeah, Get Loud.
Which is here. Check it out.
So here go the thing about it. You know how you get up in the middle of the night, you go into the bathroom or you go into the kitchen,
Yeah,
and you stump your toe on the edge of that bed,
yeah.
and it take you to your knees.
That's what this
That
was.
pain,
Yeah.
all right, it's avoidable.
Yeah.
You just wasn't paying attention. You weren't crossing your T's. You weren't dotting your I's. And guess what? Now, that pain, one of the smallest things in the world, has brought a 6'6", 270-pound man, you,
Down.
to your knees. It felt like that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fred's glutes hurt. Dana, what hurts for you?
Oh man, it hurts my heart.
Is it indigestion? Is it
acid reflux?
What is it?
It honestly like one of those heartaches that you know you can get over it.
She left you.
But for this moment,
She left you, but you know you deserve to be left.
it hurts. You know, and it's crazy because the way I describe it, watching the game, it wasn't something that she did.
Yeah.
It was something that I
Ooh,
did.
Yeah.
Tana, that's good.
Yeah.
See what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
Yeah, no.
That's good.
I know what you're saying.
She ain't hurt me. She ain't hurt me. I hurt me.
Preach, bro.
And my heart hurting because if I just didn't do what I did,
Yeah, it'll be a good spot right now.
we would be
Yeah.
all right. So that's how I feel.
I like
and
that,
that's why I know I can get over it. Because although I'm gonna hurt because damn, I let a good one go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Fun with that bag.
Hopefully she comes back.
Yeah.
If not, I know I have to not do what I did last time.
The next time.
around.
I think for me, it's the pain of regret. You know what I'm saying? That's what hurts. The regret of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been a part of games like this. I know you guys have too, where it's like, man,
We were the better team.
we were the better team, and we just dropped it.
No, we were the better team. We had the better game plan. We did everything. Like that's the only thing that hurts. The coaches put in the right game plan. We gave the right effort. We made the right plays, and we still lost.
And with all that being said, when I look at the situation of the game before the game started, you know how I always say, y'all guys, I have feelings, and I sometimes I
You have
say
like
them.
premonitions.
Yeah, like I have them, and sometimes I speak it, or sometimes I won't because I don't want what I'm feeling to put. I don't want to put it in the earth.
You don't want to project it. Yeah.
When the weather was looking like it was looking pregame, I
Yeah.
was like, bro, this is benefiting them, not us, because you want it to be fair. It was fair, but you wanted to be to the point to where
Fast track.
a team that's not playing well in certain situations, especially defensively, you know, we know they can do with turnovers. And you don't want to go into a game that's wet for a team that's great with turning the ball over. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I felt like going into the game, just the conditions alone was favoring them. Even though both of us had to go out there and hold on to the ball, but I feel like for a team like them, you on the road at somebody else's home who feel like they can capitalize off certain things, this might slow them down. And we have the advantage, and that's just me. You know what I mean? I can't put that out there on anybody else, but that's just me.
So we talked about what hurts. Yeah. Now it's time to talk about what led to that hurt. And for me, it's just like fundamentals.
Yeah.
Right? Did we tackle well? Are we in our gap on defense? Are we protecting the football? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are we being good on third down? And when you kind of check those boxes of, it's like, man, they get that explosive play
Just
to Swift
iffy.
off a missed tackle.
Yeah.
A couple of those, like going back and watching the run stuff today, like guys are like, this is the thing that's tough is guys are playing hard, but are they in the right gap? Are they playing back? And it's and that's
The small things.
the small things, right? And again, small things in the NFL lead to big things, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think those are some things. And then also just not protecting the football offensively. Like we put the defense in tough spots, and they had our back at multiple junctions there. Like, you know, short field, held them to 2 field goals. Like that's big time stuff. But ultimately,
That's
like
huge.
ultimately it didn't work out. So I think it's like the stuff you learn day one of Pop Warner.
Well, here goes a symptom. You start slow, you end slow. And we started slow. Like at what point?
Well, I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but why do you think that is? I don't really have a good reason.
We didn't play it on teams. It's not really a correlation to we starting slow. It's just this the game flow, right?
And just how it was last year, it wasn't something that you can just put your hand on why we were starting so good last year, why we finished so well last year. It was just one of the things. It's about the momentum was just shifting, and we was riding that wave.
Yeah.
Right now, we riding the opposite wave. We riding something that we don't want to be on, but we know how to respond when we get there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same pattern, but we know how to respond. And you saying to yourself, if you think about it, last night, we really didn't start slow. That's how I look at it. Last night wasn't a slow start.
I was going to say the same thing.
Because we drove down the field and just threw an interception.
And turned the ball
And
over.
our defense went out there and they bent, but they didn't break.
Yeah.
They gave us a chance to go out there and get on top. So I don't look at last night as starting slow, but when you look at us being down by 13, then you look at it and say, man, we slow start because we had 2 turnovers. So
I think it's more of last year we was more Mike Tyson than Floyd Mayweather.
yeah.
All right, we was more proactive than reactive. To me now, it feels like we're reacting and not proacting. We're not on the attack we're more defensively.
Yeah.
Like the one thing about Floyd Mayweather, he's a counterpuncher. But to be a counterpuncher, I need to see what you're gonna do
you
first.
gotta almost take a punch.
Yeah. I have to see how you're gonna attack me, so then I can counter you instead of being. We going for it every fourth down. We're doing this. It seemed like we had a Mike Tyson-like edge.
But with all that being said, and Logan probably one of the best at when he does this and breaking stuff down and helping you see things the way he see it, which you see it with your own eyes. But when he said it, you be like, now I know what's going. Now okay, because Logan pointed it out. Last night I felt like Logan was in my head because I was saying to myself, "Wow, this is how crippled we are as an offense." Like we was getting in sets where I saw, oh, there's nobody to go to. If this don't work, where we going?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when you really put into context, man, this team is really overachieving because of the lack of what we have as playmakers.
Yeah.
And that's not to throw nothing at nobody. It's just when you have a lot of firepower, teams have to respond defensively
They
different.
panically respond.
When you don't, we have to minimize what we want to do and almost play into their hand. And I saw that time and time again with just different formations that we was getting ourselves into.
And so I'm glad you brought up that proactive, reactive element, Fred, because I think you feel some of that. But I also think because of the offensive situation, Terry's hurt, Noah Brown's
Sam
hurt.
Cosmi, all these things.
Yeah, and again, like there's 2 new offensive line starters since week 1. And again, those guys are playing good ball.
Yeah.
And I think the guys on the outside are playing good ball. But it's
Most definitely.
we've been in NFL locker rooms. There's a difference. And I'm the first one to tell you this. I was a third string tight end. I'll tell you, if Jordan Reed got hurt and I had to go run routes, the offense is in a tough spot. Yeah. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a different skill set between that first and third guy, first and second guy. And so while you love the competitiveness, the toughness those guys are playing with, like they are NFL football players, there's a reason Terry's making, what is he, $50 million, whatever he's making?
Because he's upper echelon.
Because he's a different caliber of
But
dude.
it's not
right?
even about. It's not even about those guys. It's about when you see the scheme. It's minimized because of the guys.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nothing on the guys. I can tell from the naked eye when you see like that ain't our best formation for a play to be made right now.
But we have to run it because we don't got old boys.
Yeah. Because of what the lack there is. You know what I mean? Of players and or playmakers. So nothing against nothing. No, I mean nobody out there. Like I said it last night, couple of nights ago too. When you got a jersey on. And you got a number.
You working.
Go out there and do what you got to do.
And those guys made plays. But it's just, I think it's the frequency, kind of what it does to the offense. Just, it feels different. So again, like I think that's what the proactive, reactive thing, Fred, I think is good. I think the fundamental football thing is also important. But all that being said, all those symptoms, like we should have still won the game.
Had a chance to win the
that's
game.
the thing that gets me. Again, why am I? Why it's the pain of regret for me? Because it's like.
So what's the cure to the pain of regret? What's your cure to fix it?
So I look at it and I say to myself, well, Joe Woods Jr. said something last week where he's like, don't put on capes. And everyone assumed that applied to coverage.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought the coverage group played much better this week. Don't put on capes. They played better the week before, right? They didn't put on capes. They're just doing what they're supposed to do. I felt like watching the run tape this week, guys are trying to put on capes. Guys are trying to play back. Guys are trying to play out. They're trying to make every tackle. And it's like, sometimes you just got to bury your head on this block and fit this gap.
Take the right shoulder. Do the things that, set your teammate up.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you don't make the play, but that don't mean you ain't make the play.
Right.
Like, I made the play for my guy to make the play.
I saw that in the college football game this past weekend where I don't know if it was a back or a quarterback that hit the outside. There's 2 guys going to make this play. If you just go outside, because you the outside guy, take on that block, he has to cut back to
And he
your
got to
guy.
stop his feet.
But guess what? Both guys went outside.
Yeah.
And when he cut back, he went by himself. So I'm sitting there like, bro, both of y'all can't be on the same plane.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's common sense. That's football 101. Like, tackling, that's fitting the gap or whatever you want to call it, 101. Like, you take that one because he going to come back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that, to me, like that would be the first thing to take care of, because I think Joe Wood Jr.'s had a really good plan on third down. I think they pressured well. I think guys have covered well. And I think versus this team, you wanted them to be in third and long. And so just on first and second down, like, I know it's simplistic. I know it's derivative. Do your job. It's boring. It's not always the funnest thing. Do what you're supposed to do. I think that'll clean up some of that early first and second down stuff.
Yeah.
And put you in better situations defensively. And this is, again, also to be said, they held this team to 16 points well within the fourth quarter.
No. Yes. That means you forcing them to take 3. No matter what, you taking their best punches.
And so despite that criticism, like I still think they played well. You know, you see Kinlaw, you see Payne. Jer'Zhan Newton's playing well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think Quan Martin, this is, again.
No, he played well.
I thought he had a really good game outside of one play.
One play, missing that tackle on the sideline.
And you know what's so crazy about that tackle? Because we've been talking about it. And when teams are taking what other teams do, that was an option route.
Yeah.
He sat there. He tried to play back on it.
But yeah.
When they got there, that's why he ended up bumping into Lattimore because he was thinking, all right, finna set me up. And then when I play over the top, or if I come all the way out, he's going to break in.
Yeah.
And so he played underneath, trying to play back. And the guy just gave him like, all right, I'm going to take that out. And by that time, he just, oh, man, he thinking like, damn, let me get here.
Yeah.
By that time, you beat.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is one thing, and this is not to Quan, directly to Quan, defensively as a whole. When I got a guy on the sideline, I forget the ball, forget the tackle. I'm getting you out of bounds.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, no, that's my best friend.
I'm going to lose at throwing at you and making you, either go out of bounds or have to cut back and let somebody else get you. And I just hate to see us in that situation time and time again. I feel like this year already, we've seen a lot of guys break tackles or we miss guys on the sideline when the sideline's our friend.
Yeah, I think that's an NFL-wide problem.
Exactly.
Tackling because, let's be honest, compared to, and this is, now we sound like dirty old men because we finna say back in our day. But back in our day, we did real training camps.
Yeah.
Back in our day, we made it to the season already callous. We made it to the season. My pants was already dirty because I've been tackling Santana for 3 weeks in training camp. It's just a different carryover.
But it's funny, like, okay, obviously, like, I think there's merit to what you're saying, Fred, but I also think that, like, Quan's been one of the better tacklers.
No, he's been solid. That's what I'm saying. So that's why you kind of scratch your head, like when you see him in them situations, like, what would you think?
It's like when you see Terry drop a ball, you're like, that's not you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
never.
And I can also point at it saying that's when you see guys trying to make a play because they're giving up a play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this finish it. Because right now, he caught the pass.
Yeah.
So this finished the play.
And I will say this about the defense, man. I thought they did a really good job. And I know this is hard to talk about in a loss, but they did a good job of saying, hey, we gave up an explosive play. We're going to defend every blade of grass. So, like, they gave up that big cross to Luther Burton.
Man beat him.
And then they get him to third down. Mm-hmm. They take that weird sack, and then they kick a field goal. And it's like, you won. Good job. You put the offense in position to win this football game for you. So it was weird. It was weird watching the film this morning being like, man, like, this is good. Here's like one bad play.
But that one bad play dictates the game.
It's true.
It changes the flow of the game. It changes the momentum of the game. It changes the mindset of the game.
Do you remember Wes Phillips, Tana? You remember him? He was a tight end coach here for a little bit. So I remember I had a game where I graded out really, really well. Yeah. Really, really well. But I had a fumble in a 2-minute situation that led to a touchdown. And he said, all plays are not created equal.
They're not.
And I think like that to me is the ultimate like symptom or explanation of this game is all plays are not created equal. And we messed up on the team messed up on big ones in this game.
On the critical plays.
Correct.
Like, It's
times when you couldn't afford to.
You just can't afford it. Like, you can't afford the fumble. Everything's shambled.
Yeah.
And
because even if you pick it up, and you punt it,
you win. You win.
Well, you have a better chance.
Yeah.
Because now you just gave them the ball at the 50-yard line. They don't need but 10 yards to get in field goal, right? It changes the whole move. Now you got to use all your timeouts. Now you're like, it's a cause and effect. Yeah. Because this happened, now it affects this, and now I have to take a whole different way and a whole different pattern to try to get to this win. It changed everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of cure, I think there is some technical things they could cure, right? I think
penicillin.
I think also like getting healthier offensively will help with some stuff. Because like Tana said, there's times where you're watching and you're like the Bears were smart. I'm going to give them their credit, right? They came out and said, we're going to play man, we're going to play 8-man boxes, we're going to line stun.
You're going to run the ball. I mean, you're going to throw the ball.
We're going to line stun on first down, and we think our coverage guys match up really well with your playmakers.
Yeah.
And I think as we get healthier, I think that'll help kind of add some dynamism to that group.
Although, and this is the only reason why I pointed out what I saw as a receiver, 26 should have been exploited. I don't know who that guy is. I'm not going to say his name, but he should have been exploited. If you go back and watch the tape, tell me if I'm wrong. Watch more run routes on him. Even when he wasn't getting the ball thrown his way, beating him to a pulp. And I'm like, if we got a guy who they trust a little more, I don't know. They throwing at him.
Yeah.
We gonna do something different.
You gonna check to it.
But we didn't. We didn't feel like we had that luxury.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying we did. I'm not saying I know what was going on. I felt that watching him give up so much room on, I'm talking about, bro, you off 10 yards at times and taking everything, thinking everything is going deep. We could have ran comeback curl in all day on them. But when you don't have the luxury, when you don't feel like you're comfortable with the guys, then you don't call those plays.
And nobody ever talked about this, but Debo and that Hill.
Yeah, no, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
He wasn't running like regular Debo.
Yeah, I watched it.
All right, so now your number one target is limping into the game.
Yeah.
That we did have a Zach Ertz side.
But that's why I said I'm so happy that the guys did make the plays that was thrown that way, because that gives the coach more say, okay, I could trust him a little more, you know? And then like I said too, it could have been the conditions, you know? Hey, I'm already have to put this guy out here because of our situation or our circumstance. Do I want to risk a third down taking a shot at this particular person or setting up something so I can get Ertz the ball? You know what I mean? Because I saw a player too when we was in there, we had one receiver. We wanted to throw the Ertz bad, but they covered him well. Yeah. So now you got like, who's my second?
Go to third.
I got to throw the ball away because I only got another guy backside and I was on front side already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that kind of goes. I feel better after going to visit the doctor. Feel a little bit.
Hey. He healed you already?
Not healed me, but like, you know,
the doctor can't even heal it.
But I'm saying
every time.
But I'm saying it's not healed. But you know, we're starting the road to recovery.
Yeah.
But I think this is an important thing. We kind of alluded to it here a little bit. Is Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams? And after this game, a lot of people in the national media talking about how Kelly Williams is going to the show, doing all this stuff.
Oh my God!
And
Prince of Michael Jackson. That's what I keep doing.
And so I guess I'll start it off is like, when you go watch the All-22, Jaden Daniels just makes the right play often.
No, it's just his second nature.
Yeah.
It's his second nature.
And I'm not a big PFF guy. The grades are a little bit up and down for me, but Jaden Daniels comes out of this game with a 78 PFF grade out of 100. Caleb Williams comes out with a 46. And I think when you watch the game, you feel the discrepancy in play. And so what I mean by that is like Caleb Williams took two of the craziest sacks I've ever seen taken.
Yeah, Frankie Louvu. That one with Frankie Louvu was
What was he doing?
Yeah.
No, Caleb has these blind spots. So
that's a good way to put it. And I don't want to be, so again, I don't want to sound like I'm coming down hard on Caleb Williams.
No.
I think he's a good player, but I think when you compare them, like you get those two kind of crazy sacks. There's two balls that should have been picked off that weren't picked off.
Michael Sam still should have picked that ball.
I think there was a third one, right? Yeah. And so obviously, like you don't throw an interception on those plays. Yeah. But I think when you look at him, you say for whatever reason, there are these moments where it's like that's
the lapses in judgment.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And Jaden seems to be smooth through that transition. Yeah. Like we're shocked when he makes a mistake. Mm-hmm. Like when he threw that pick early in the game, I was shocked.
And I'll be honest with you,
because you don't see him making those miscues.
And I'll be honest with you, like live when I saw that, I was like, I don't hate that because it's cover 3, it's all go special. Like
that's the scene when I made a play.
That's the spot you want that ball to go. And again, like, are you maybe being too aggressive?
Yeah,
sure. Get that ball to the flat. Right, I understand that. But like in the moment, like if I'm coaching the high school, like my high school quarterback, and he tries to rip that, I'm like, that's the right thought. Yeah, cover 3. You're on a hook player. Let's try to rip that in there.
Try to get it up the seam.
Yeah,
right?
And again, like it gets picked off, and so you're kind of like, that's the price of doing business. And maybe you say, let's get to the flat next time. But I didn't hate it in the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, they're both good players. I just think Jaden's decision, like that's the other thing, is like there's times where there's concepts like Tanner was talking about that are dead in the water. Yeah. They've covered them well. They're in zone coverage. There's a hook player under the crosser, whatever it is. And Jaden Daniels scrambles for 10 yards.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that ability to consistently make that decision is next level.
And to me, I think that's why you always kind of lean on the side of what Jaden does, because even in that time of not having anything, the right decision was to get all I can get instead of trying to make something out of nothing. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, because I'm high on both of the guys. I think Caleb still went out there and got did what he can do. But there was at times when they had 3 and outs or had to punt the ball or had to kick a field goal. When you pressured him, it was different. Yeah, you saw panic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you pressing Jaden, it's almost like, I know you didn't.
Yeah.
Because now I'm finna slip 1-2. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to see my guy in the flat open, or I'm going to see somebody downfield. If I don't have it, I could go out run your fastest guy and get 10 yards out of this. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. But you always say that on this side, we're going to be biased. But when you bring up the national media to me is they ride on just who had the better, who won the game.
Yeah.
You look at it and that first thing they say, oh, it's not. You got to think this guy overcame this and that. Yeah, but if we just do what we had to do, we won that game with him doing all that. So
Carnival.
I'm gonna be the biased guy and stick over here with my guy.
That's what the national media is. It's a carnival. It's you pull up and it's flashing lights and it's this big spectacle when it's nothing.
Yeah.
In the long term, it's a lot of minutia. All right, we got to go with the hot thing, and right now the hot thing is the quarterback who was picked number 1 in this draft, who we thought was the 4th best quarterback, might be the 1st best quarterback. No, he just finally got an offensive coordinator that knows how to call the offense and screen some plays. I got to give Ben Johnson his props.
Dude, right when you were going to finish, I was going to bring that up.
Some stuff up, bro.
He dialed
he was dialing up,
and he had 2 weeks to do it.
Just think about, and that's a great point.
Yeah.
I said that inside the suite, and I'm like, look, bro, with 2 weeks to do it, you see what they doing because they was finding them, and it was at times if they was a drop or just a misread away from it being worse.
No, rumor doomsday supposed to have 150 yards.
Still running right now.
Yeah, that's it. So it was just time where he was just whooping them with the pen. Yeah. All right, and when I watch Caleb play, it's a little erratic. It's a little erratic at times, where Jaden seems to be a little bit more smoother and polished in situational. But you can't lose with damn one of these guys. I think if you got one of these guys, you got a chance. But with Jaden, it's just a groundness to it. Yeah. It's a trust that I think he done build up with us.
It's a more mature play. That's what I look at it as.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm watching both of those guys, talented at what they do, but I look at Jaden like, you beyond your years.
Emotionally.
You know what I'm saying?
Mentally.
All that in the book. He's beyond his years. Then you see you can see the youth in Caleb. Yeah. Meaning that, hey, you can play this game. No question. You can throw that thing. You can do all that stuff that you do. You can add.
He made some great plays in the game.
But I see when he's I guess you can say affected. Like I can see it in him. The way he walked to the sideline,
the mannerisms, everything.
Like that would affect me as a receiver.
Yeah,
watching my quarterback do some of those things. Yeah, because I'm one of those guys. I'm even in my worst, I'm calm because I'm like, don't let that bother you, Tanner. Don't let that affect you. Yeah, we all gonna, what they say, beat man. He gonna show you. Yeah, but guess what? That's it. Get back there. Let's get back right. I see that guy be beat to the sideline on the bench. He sit different. Yeah. You is showing the team that you affected. You can't show that at times. So that's the only thing that bothers me when I'm watching, because I'm watching closely. Because I'm, being a receiver, you watch the quarterbacks how emotionally
how they emote. If you emote
or they are
a certain way, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and I think that's the other point that I just want to piggyback on, friend, then we'll move on, is I feel like Ben Johnson's elevating Caleb, right? Like he's hiding some of Caleb's deficiencies. And in this game, I think Cliff has done a great job since Jaden's been here of elevating Jaden. But in this game, I felt like Jaden elevated elements of the offense. Yeah. And it's like when Zach Ertz after the game says, like, what are you talking about? Like, we wouldn't be anywhere without Jaden. Yeah. One, I love that he's sticking up for his quarterback. Two, I think there's an element of truth to that. I think he really drives this thing.
Oh, he
powers this thing.
He allows you to call flawed plays and they don't look flawed.
And to me, that alone just shows you how up and down the media are.
Yeah.
You mess one play and then, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he won about, how many games he won last year?
Yeah.
12.
You can say he won 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We won't have a chance to win them without him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Reason.
So I think that's going to do it for our recap of the Bears game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, most definitely.
But in the meantime, Fred, let's pay some bills.
Oh, okay.
Let's pay some bills.
It is I.
Are you going to do the first one?
Tanner starting
it out. Tanner starting it out.
When being that I'm the cutler.
The cutler.
It's only right to go to... All right, attention football fans. Are you ready to kick off the season with something special?
I hate Miami.
Arthur Willer's Spirit Company is opening a distillery, tasting lounge less than 15 minutes south of the Commanders and Northwest Stadium. And we are ready to be your go-to destination for all things spirits. I like how that spirits came off my tongue.
Hey, I love some spirits.
I know you do.
I be seeing spirits at the drink.
Whether you tailgate with Fred, hosting the ultimate game day party, or just enjoying a quality drink, Arthur Willis Spirit Company has you covered like the Commanders secondary. We got the perfect lineup to keep your celebrations going strong. All the information you need is at arthurwiller.com. Good
first entry from Tana.
Even on down day, I had to come in a little bit. I wasn't myself, but I'm gonna blame it on the heartache.
I want to see what else. Whatever Fred's got. You're a fool.
Commanders fans, this is for you. Level up with a brand new AAA Commanders MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus a chance to win game tickets, access to exclusive team events and experiences, along with 15% off Commanders gear at online pro shops. Already? A AAA Commander member? Add the Commanders MVP membership for free.
For free.
Yes, I said it. For the free ski. Head to AAA.com/Commanders to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
I was pretty good by Fred. I mean, he kind of. I don't know.
Off to you.
I don't know. I was whispering the whole time.
I feel like.
No, I tried to turn my outside voice down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That's all I tried to do.
I respect
he did a BC. He tried to.
He did do a BC.
He tried to
You
do.
did do it.
Yeah, I tried to.
Attention,
BC
Commander
said.
fan.
Kind of get.
I tried to secure.
Secure.
Oh God! Don't start that. You're trying to get all intimate with the listeners. All right, so now it's time for our Dallas Cowboys preview.
Yeah.
And I think we'll start on the offensive side of the football. Maybe we'll do both together. But basically, the Cowboys offense, when you watch them,
They potent.
sick.
First of all, let me tell you something about Skinny Dak. All right.
Oh, is he skinny now?
He's skinny again. Let me tell you something about Dak. When he leans on his legs more, he opens that whole offense
Is he?
up.
But he's not like running more. His scramble rate.
No.
But he
No.
mobile.
It's an option now.
Yeah, he
Oh.
mobile.
It wasn't an option a year ago. It wasn't an option the year before that. When he came into this league, he ran his way into this league. He didn't throw his way into this league. He developed into this precision thrower. Now he understands I need to get at least 2 third downs a game with my feet. All right? I don't care if it's 2 yards, 10 yards, whatever it needs. When he starts to do that, it opens up everything. The game has slowed down for him. George Pickens is an animal unleashed out there.
It's kind of weird. He's not like super consistent, but when he goes off, it's like here's like $150 at a touchdown.
That's what he do.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams has been that dude.
He's he's like what is that? Reborn. He's like rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. There he is.
New
And-
place, new face.
Yeah.
That's what you get. All right. That offense, Ferguson, like they are moving the chains. They one of those offenses that when you really look at them on paper, they ain't really got what you call a weak spot. Like they the offensive line, I thought they playing their butt off. Cause I thought that would be the weak spot coming into the year. But they are playing their butt off. The opposite is going on the defensive side, but on the offense, one of the most potent offenses in the NFL right now is the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Yeah, they potent. I think it's scary too, man, when you look at it, because you know that just watching these guys for the last few weeks, and it almost resembles when I was playing against them. I used to always say, man, they had a defense. And then right after I left, Dan Quinn comes years later, and the defense, they go 12-4 3 years, or they win 12 games or more the next 3 or 4 years while he's there. That's what I'm looking at now. It's almost like then the offense back to hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
They can run the ball. Dak is playing phenomenal. They got receivers that can catch the ball. You'd have thought CeeDee Lamb go down. I knew for sure that boy wasn't finna let nothing drop off over there. You know what I mean? That's why they got him. That's why they went out there and got Pickens, because they knew with this guy here, if we ever have to rely on somebody else, we want him. Because he can be that number one guy, on anybody else's team. So it's scary, bro. I think because I've always been a fan of Dak, and I tell y'all every year, I was a fan of Romo.
Yeah.
Romo threw that thing with some of the best of them. And I've been saying it about Dak. And now Dak's looking like the Dak that we saw that have gotten to this point, man. And I don't know if it's going to be one of them shootout type of games, but boy, we got to come with our hard head and our lunch
They
pail.
offense plays like we ain't got a defense.
Yeah.
They offense plays like if we don't score every drive,
we got to score fast and score often.
Yes, if we don't score every drive, we're gonna lose this game. They score like a scared dog, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I really like the way the offense is built. Like a lot of play actions. There's a lot of college principles. The offensive coordinator is a first-time offensive coordinator in the NFL, but he's an offensive line guy.
Yeah.
So I think he really does a good job insulating the offensive line. And Fred, you were talking about how they're playing. I think they're actually not playing that great at the moment. I think they're struggling, but I don't think you feel it because the scheme kind of hides it for them, right?
Yeah.
And then Dak, man. I mean, maybe it's the coordinator, but Dak is absolutely dealing.
It's Schottenheimer. Nobody wants to say Brian Schottenheimer is a good coach. He was when I was a rookie, he was here with Marty.
Yeah.
He's been around football his whole entire life. He knows what bag to let Dak deal out of.
And then you can also say to Schottenheimer's credit, to Dak's credit, this is not something new to Dak. He's been in his offense already. You know what I mean?
No, they didn't have to change nothing.
Yeah, they have to change it. So now, your OC goes from being an OC to the head coach, and we're running the same thing. We're not changing nothing, and that helps quarterbacks out tremendously. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about refocusing and doing some of the things that you did year before differently this time around. So a lot of that you can kind of credit to his, I guess you can say, almost MVP type of season.
When didn't Schottenheimer? You might have just said this. I was reading a text that when he was with Russell Wilson, like up in Seattle, that was Russell Wilson's best year throwing the football. Like he's been attached to these weird quarterback resurgences. And so obviously there are these guys. I think about Kevin O'Connell, for example, that know how to speak to the quarterback.
They speak quarterback fluent,
and I think there's some value there, and he obviously has an element of that because this is the best. I think I've always liked Dak 210. I think he's a good football player. He's throwing with great anticipation. He's throwing with great confidence. And he, in high leverage moments, is delivering. And again, it's hard to quantify quarterback play, so I'm just going to read his PFF grade. He's got a 91.
Yeah.
He's dark blue. That means you are a baller. You're kind of on the track for a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I think the only one higher is Baker Mayfield at the moment.
Yeah.
He is absolutely playing his face off. And so going in there, it's going to be a tough challenge.
No, the fighting Jerry Jones is going to give us – listen, it is a division game. And see, this is what we can't do right now. I wish I could say all losses are created equal, but all three of our losses are NFC losses.
That's a great point.
Right? At one point, you're going to have to correct that because you already got the tiebreaker against the Bears gone. Atlanta Falcons tiebreaker gone.
They won, and they beat the Bills.
And
right?
they beat so at the end of the day, you have to start to win the NFC games, period.
Yeah. And I think they've got a bunch of playmakers on offense. They've got George Pickens, we already talked about. I think CeeDee Lamb's supposed to be getting healthy.
Yeah, he'll be there.
His work from the slot is masterful. Kevontae Turpin is balling out of control. And Ryan Flournoy is kind of their fourth guy.
Yeah.
All those guys, again, just to give you some context, are grading in the green, and it shows up. And again, a lot of that is because of Dak.
Yeah.
But they are throwing the ball all over the yard. They're doing a good job. And then prior to last week, they've been running the football very, very efficiently with Javonte Williams. So it's going to be a huge challenge. And I think if I was Joe Wood Jr., and I'm not, and Joe Wood Jr.'s forgotten more football than I'll ever know, it's just how do you kind of mitigate the big play, manage down to down, force them to drive the length of the field. That seems like the best way to get them there. If you can get them in third and long, you will be able to get pressure. The problem is, according to these metrics that Jason found for us, pressure to sack rate is 9%, basically. That's 11th in the NFL. And the time to throw is 2.8 seconds. That's 23rd in the NFL. He does not have a lot of time, but he's making it work at the moment.
No, he understands. And then we got to understand that the internal battle of brain trust in this game. Yeah. These guys have been on the same staff. Everybody
knows each other.
To the tail, they know each other's habits. They know each other's schemes. They know what each other likes.
In some ways, that's good, though.
Yeah, but it's going to be a better attrition. Yeah. Who's going
to outlast each other?
Yeah, I don't even want to say who's going to stay the same. Who's going to adapt?
Yeah.
Who's going to adapt?
I think when you watched us play them last year, both games, where the first game you look at it and man, how we lost that at home, and then the second one you say how we won that at their home because it was one of those games, and then you look at it with Lance in the game for them, all that stuff that went on. But I just feel like that to me played a bigger role than what people probably expected. Them knowing each other.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like they was ready for whatever we did.
Whatever we did and whatever they did, we was ready.
Bingo. So that's why I look at these games. I don't get caught up into the how well one team is playing than the other, especially in our division, period.
Yeah.
NFC East, we beat each other up so much to where you can't we have so much film on each other, bro. Even when they playing their best, they don't play their best
against each other.
Against each other.
They
so
don't.
you just got to look, like I said, it's one of those hard hat and lunch pail games. Who gonna bring it? Who gonna come with that mentality that I have to bring it a little more because this is what's riding? And I think it's one of those games, man, where we put ourselves in a situation. And I was looking into this going into last week's game, like, man, this is a chance to get ahead and be sitting in a spot where we come in here at 4-2. Yeah. We sit in a good spot if so happen we don't take this one from their home. Because we still have a chance to take it back when we see them at our home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we sitting in a tough spot, like with 3-3, they're 2-3-1 or something like that, right?
2-3-1.
Now we got to go on and take it from them at their home.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a chance to say they can have this one. We'll get them back next time.
Yeah, so that's the offense, obviously very dynamic. But for however dynamic the offense is, the defense is
dreadful.
I mean, maybe the worst group in the NFL. I mean, it's different than the Bears. Yeah. Like the Bears were not good prior to us playing them, right?
But they had talent.
They had talent.
They flashes.
There wasn't a lot of coverage. Like here, it's like any way it can go wrong, it does go wrong for them.
Coverage bust, bad tackling, not being on the same page, bad communication. Yeah. Everything that makes a defense bad, this defense. And is this Eberflus's defense?
Yes, it is, actually, yeah.
I think, too, they got, Al Harris is gone. He was there last year as the defensive back coach, and he's gone. So when I'm seeing some of the woes in the secondary, I'm saying to myself, I wonder if the terminology changed that much, you know what I mean? Because, like, when you see they have the guys back there that's been magnets for the ball, you know?
Diggs, to me, looked like whatever injury he had,
it's kind of
he's still fighting through it.
Yeah, because he's making plays.
Bland.
It's just he can't be the Diggs that he was.
He can't. For some reason, he's not being as aggressive. But he also is sitting back taking punches. And when I see a DB taking punches, that means I'm only doing it because I'm trying to compensate for something. Yeah, something's not comfortable with me.
But I think that was his game. If you think about his best year, Diggs was a guy that gave up a lot. And just so happened to find a way around the ball. 11
interceptions.
And catch the ball, when it comes his way too. So to me, I've seen so many considered great considered corners in this league that I face that I never cared about going against them, because even though you're known for interceptions and you have a great rate when it comes to, balls thrown your way, you give up enough. Yeah. So I'm going to take what you give me. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So you don't have to go into games like that. When you look at what is the other guy named Bland and Diggs, phenomenal when it comes to getting around the ball. So you know that. You put the ball in, you put the ball behind your receiver, 9 times out of 10, they coming down with it. But if you give your receiver a chance, when he got a chance, when he got a good route on him, throw him the ball, put it on him, precision. And trust me, we're going to have opportunities, because I feel like in the secondary, they've shown that already this year.
No, they have. Anybody playing well is, I think, Donovan Wilson, the safety.
Yeah.
He's playing well. He's playing well. Sam Williams. They got a couple of guys that they show flashes. Yeah. They show flashes.
It's an NFL defense.
Yeah.
So, they can make plays, no doubt. It's just like the consistency down to down isn't there, stopping the run, stopping the pass. So this, to me, feels like it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
Can Washington
outlast win
a shootout versus this Dallas team?
Well, you're talking about two high-powered offenses, one by air, one by ground. Mm-hmm. I think it's who plays clean.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to be the battle of two great offenses, it's going to be who makes the first turnover.
Yeah.
Who and where's their turnover and when is their turnover? Who plays clean football changes this game.
I think that's a great point, Fred. I think that's going to do it for the Dallas recap. Again, we're really excited for the game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, and hopefully, again, defense can find a stop, and their defense can't stop us. All right, let's pay some bills. Fred, you got the next read.
All right. And this starts off with that same word. All right, team. Listen up. The countdown's on for the ultimate fall showdown in West Virginia. Leaves are switching jerseys. Yes, I said jersey. From green to gold. I should be getting a gold jacket soon. Ready to light up the hillside. If you want the best seat in the house for the end of the season spectacular, it's time to hit the country roads and make your move to West Virginia. Yes, I said West Virginia.
West Virginia.
For some serious leaf peeping. Don't drop the ball on this one. West Virginia.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty. You guys, the twang helps you on that one.
No, that's when being from Mississippi really helps me.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm in a country road. I'm getting ready to do some leaf.
I almost
peeping.
looked over there and seeing that was Randy Moss over there.
Oh, Randall.
Is that Randy?
All right, Tim, what we got? You got one more, right?
Geico. How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like finding that parking spot in front of that busy outdoor cafe where you're meeting some of your old friends from college and you're about to parallel park into that oh-so-tight spot. And then everyone in the cafe stops to watch and you nailed it.
I did.
In one try. Like that parallel parking baller you are. Nobody clapped, but you know they really wanted to.
Cheers.
Yep. Switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
You know, it's funny. I think there are reads that lend themselves to more dynamic energy. The AAA read and the Geico read.
Yeah,
and so when you bring a little juice on those,
it's
I'm like,
the words.
yeah. I'm like, let's.
And
yeah.
then I did a lot of great ad-libbing, Jeezy style to him.
Yeah, you did. That's true.
You say Jeezy style?
Yeah.
Boy, you won't dare sound like Jeezy, boy, on your best day.
Yeah, yo.
Let's get to Hell Yeah or Hell Nah, brought to you by the U.S. Army. Be tested, not just on paper. Be strong and more than muscle. Be courageous and supported by a mighty team. Be all you can be. Visit goarmy.com to learn more. All right, we'll start with the first one. Does Washington score 30 points versus Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, it's that time. If you ever going to score 30-plus points, it's going to have to be against the worst defense in football. No, he be losing his mind. So, you know, I call him Melvin Cleo. He Madam Cleo, brother.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
had to tap into the spirits, man. They had to talk to me first.
they had to talk to you
What
first.
did they tell you, bro?
Told me hell yeah.
Yeah,
Tell them just like that. Tell them hell yeah.
Hey, listen to me. If you ever gonna score 30-plus points, it's gonna be against the worst defense in the game.
Yeah.
All right, and you know it's gonna be an emotional game. It's a divisional game. Everybody gonna be trying to, and then we're gonna be a little bit more healthier.
Yeah.
Might be Noah Brown in this game. Might be Terry McLaurin in this game. You know, when you got all your arsenal, it helps you open it up. Tanner talked earlier in the game. I mean, in the pod about just not having your figure pieces, your people that make the offense go. So I think getting these guys back, plus playing this defense, gives you a chance to go put up points. And the fact that if Dallas get to really moving, you're gonna have to go shot for shot with them.
I think both teams too coming in a little bitter, but I feel like the taste that we have in our mouth right now is worse than any loss because you know you had it right here.
No, you won. You had the game won.
And so this is you know what, bro? I'm about to make them pay on offense. So our offense feeling like we're gonna make them pay. You know what I mean? Because we know we could have easily just put our team to rest, our defense to rest, and let them watch us drive that ball and either punt it if we didn't have it in us, kick a field goal or score a touchdown, and we didn't do that. So I really feel like our offense primarily going to be hitting on a different cylinder.
Yeah, I think so too. But also, I think it's going to be a game flow thing. I think if you're not, basically, if the Dallas Cowboys are possessing the football for long periods of time, I think the score gets lower because the number of possessions are going to be limited, obviously, right? Yeah. But if it's like, hey, defense gets a 3 and out, we go down and score. You know what I'm saying? Like the game will let us score more points, which I think is definitely possible. Okay, this is one we've been very confident about the last couple of weeks, but does Washington win the turnover battle?
On the road, for some reason, we turn the ball over more than we do at home.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think
Atlanta.
I think most of our turnovers came on the road, right?
I mean, the other night we did it 3 times at home. So
no, I mean us getting turnovers on defense.
Yeah. I'm saying that we get the ball back.
We get the ball back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, we do win the turnover battle because one thing, if CeeDee Lamb comes back, I can see Dak going out his way to kind of force feed CeeDee Lamb the ball. And I think anytime you get in the mode of force feeding the wide receiver, no matter what, it's going to be turnovers that come from that.
I say we get at least 2 turnovers. I feel like the other night we had 2 that slipped out of our hands only because of the rain.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I think those conditions alone, caused us not to come away with those balls. One was to Frankie, one was to Mikey. And Mikey catch that ball 9 times out of 10. Frankie, I know he's a linebacker. It's a little different. The ball, those guys don't use their hands that well. But I just feel like when you have those opportunities, you can't miss out on those gifts. You can't, because that hurts. You know what I mean? Normally, when you drop a pick, it's a touchdown coming behind.
No,
you know what I mean?
Right the next play.
So we was fortunate. We was fortunate not to have that happen both times. But I do believe on the road, man, we gonna have something to really. We got to make up for this, man. Yeah. And I feel like our team gonna be more than ready.
More motivated.
Yeah, more motivated.
Yeah, I am on the fence about this. I feel like every week I've been like, this is the week. This is the week. But I don't want to not say this is the week.
And then it becomes
the week. Yeah. So I'm gonna say. Hell yeah. And I'm really excited because if we do get some turnovers, I think we're going to win this football game.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about Jaden Daniels for our last hell yeah or hell nah, but we got to talk about the U.S. Army. They say your work defines who you are. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you're clocking in. But what happens on the weekend? What happens to your time? You could take it easy or you could use the time to get better. In the U.S. Army, we think differently. Your time should be used to improve the skills you do have, to learn something you don't, to push yourself in new ways, because it's those days that truly define who you are. That's how you make progress. That's how you make an impact on the world around you. It's your time. How you spend it is up to you. It's your time, the U.S. Army Reserve.
I think I'm finna go join the Army.
After that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I love it.
I don't know if they take washed up 46-year-olds.
They take anybody.
You going in for your brain. You ain't going to be in the field.
But someone else who maximized their time is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And so this is an interesting one because I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels outplays Dak Prescott.
Good duel. Good duel right there. Because Jaden is just a big gamer. Like, he likes big games. He likes big atmospheres. There's no bigger atmosphere than Cowboy Stadium. It just, the energy is going to be flowing. I hate to be a homer right here, but I got.
Be a homer.
No. What I'm saying is I got love on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, one is my dog, brother.
Yeah, my favorite bulldog over there.
I appreciate that.
With the Cowboy stone and with the stone.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that because there's a lot of bulldogs you could have chosen. You chose me.
You chose Dak. Right?
I chose Dak. He know I did. He know I did.
Fred.
You know Michael Irvin is my favorite hurricane.
So what do you think?
I think Jaden, it's time for him to have that game this year.
Yeah.
I don't think he has that game this year.
It's weird because he's played so well.
Yeah.
But he still ain't had that, ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
he still haven't came. To me, I feel like 2 weeks ago was a better game, but the Bears game, he had better numbers.
He also, I think he did more like work in the Bears game.
Yeah.
And I was more impressed with, even though he fumbled.
But like I said, those conditions alone make everything just look that much cloudier. Like I felt like it was so much going on with the conditions, I couldn't even see what was going on when the plays was being made.
What the conditions we was under? What's the name?
Norwegian? What is called Norwegian or something?
Northwestern?
It's
Northeastern.
Northeastern or something. I know Fred said the word and I just took it from there. I don't know what the hell
he said Norwegian is what he said.
No, I did not say no.
That's what you told me. That's what you told me yesterday.
You said Norwegian.
Y'all know this the Norwegian.
I heard you say
that. It's the Norwegian. You know the Norwegian that came up from the Carolinas and it came to here.
Yeah, got everything flooded.
I'm sitting there like this. I don't know what none of that shit is. I don't know. I ain't scared to say it. I just don't know.
So, hell yeah?
Yeah, I'm going hell yeah with everything. Yeah,
you're in.
Straight up and down.
Yeah, I'm feeling optimistic.
Yeah.
It's a division. And maybe because I want it so bad.
Yeah.
I want all these things to come true. I want them to get a win. I want them to get back on track. Hit a couple in a row. I'm going to say Jaden Daniels outplays Dak Prescott, which would be quite the feat because Dak Prescott is having
he willing and dealing
a heck of a year.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for today's show. Please make sure you like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And that's it. The Command Center podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.